The intro fades away and the camera pans across a spacious, brightly lit studio with a live audience filling rows of red velvet seats. A neon sign flashes "Let's Get Married" as the upbeat music plays. Princess Cadence turns theatrically in a large pink office chair to face the camera, her mane bouncing with exaggerated enthusiasm. "Greetings, my little ponies and other fine creatures of Equestria," she exclaims in a sing-song voice, giving a little wave with her hoof. "Welcome to another fabulous episode of Let's Get Married." Cadence pauses between each word for emphasis. "The show where I, Princess Cadence, seek to unite lonely hearts." An awe sound effect plays. "Today we have a very special episode, because we have a very special guest." She turns to the side of the stage. "Please welcome Anonymous the Human." The camera quickly pans to capture you standing awkwardly off stage. Too quickly, it seems. A technician fumbles with a large overhead microphone as it bumps into your head. "Oops, sorry about that," she whispers, biting her lip. Weary sigh escapes the alicorn's lips, and for a second Cadence looks awfully tired. But then she livens up like nothing happened. "Quite the strapping young stallion, wouldn't you agree?" Cadence asks with a playful wink. Whistles and cheers sound effects plays. Let's learn a bit more about him. A very heavily edited photo of you sneezing appears on a large screen behind Cadence. Anonymous the Human. Green and mean. Age older than he looks. Sex stallion. Occupation shit poster. Talents grabby fingers, human stamina, and bipedal stature. He cringes almost imperceptibly before continuing cheerfully. My, what a catch!" Cadence titters. "Today another lucky mare will vie for this bachelor's heart." She produces a sealed envelope from under her desk with exaggerated effort. Ominous ambience plays while the princess struggles adorably to extract the contents. "Oh, the anticipation, I can hardly stand it." The envelope proves too difficult for her, so with a sparkle of magic she tears it into 1,000 pieces. "And our contestant is..." The alicorn's blood runs cold upon reading the name. Her pupils shrink to pinpricks as the cameras zoom in on her perturbed expression. But then, catching herself, she forces an even wider smile. "Oh my! It seems our surprise guest for today is Queen Chrysalis herself." The sound of buzzing wings fills the air as the changeling queen descends from the rafters, landing with preternatural grace on the stage. Her green eyes gleam with malice as she surveys the set with a predatory gaze. Cadence gulps but maintains her facade. "Your Majesty, what an unexpected pleasure to have you on the show," she says with forced cheer, voice an octave higher than normal. "I'm sure our bachelor's Anonymous is simply thrilled." The camera pans the trembling human, his face a mask of pure terror. Chrysalis chuckles darkly, circling him like a shark scenting blood in the water. Yes, I can practically taste his fear." She purrs, inhaling deeply. "Such a delectable morsel you've brought me, Princess. I do hope he proves entertaining." Chrysalis laughs nervously, her grin strained. "Well then, shall we move on to the interview portion of our program? I'm sure our audience is dying to know more about you, Your Majesty." Changeling Queen's fangs glint in the stage lights as she smiles cruelly. "By all means, Princess, ask your little questions, but I warn you." He leans in close, breath hot against Cadence's ear. "This episode may not have a happily ever after." World War... Wait, not World War, wrestling, whatever, championship entrance. Chrissy saw a legal opportunity to win love. She realizes they can't do shit to stop her if she does it this way. I suppose you're right. Might be able to get away with a Cadence card writing for... Yeah, definitely. I have it set to combine cards anyway, so it should be able to, keep all the characters consistent. So I might just keep going with Cadence and let her write for both of them. Oh goodness! Well, you heard it here first, folks. The Queen of the Changelings herself has set her sights on our dashing bachelor. How thrilling! Cadence exclaims with a strained grin. Sweat beading on her brow as she locks eyes with Chrysalis. The Changeling Queen only smirks in response, her fangs glinting. "Anyways, let's move things along, shall we?" Cadence stammers, shuffling her note cards with shaky magic. "Your Majesty, please tell the audience a bit about yourself and what makes you the ideal mare friend for Anonymous." Chrysalis prowls forward. I can't freaking read this with a straight face. Her chitinous hooves clicking ominously on the stage. She looms over the quaking human, savoring his fear before turning to address the camera with a saccharine smile. "Why, it's quite simple, my little ponies," he purrs. "As the Queen of the Changelings, I have the power to be anything and anyone he desires. The perfect lover, tailor-made to fulfill his every twisted fantasy." Her eyes flashed green as she transformed before their eyes into a bevy of beautiful mares, each more alluring than the last. I can plumb the depths of the psyche, unearth his darkest secrets and forbidden lusts, sate his hunger in ways no ordinary pony ever could. She shifts back to her true form, running a hooked hoof down Anonymous's chest possessively. He would be a king at my side, his very whim catered to, for a price. Well, that certainly sounds tempting. But surely there's more to a relationship than just physical attraction and wish fulfillment. She turns desperately to Anonymous. What do you think, Anonymous? Does Her Majesty still appear to you? Human looks ready to faint, his terror and arousal warring on his face. He stammers helplessly, unable to form a coherent response. Chrysalis' smile lonely white is triumphant. Oh, I do believe I've left him speechless. She glows. Perhaps we should move on to the private portion of this little interview. Her expression turns downright predatory as her horn begins to glow in eerily green. Can you turn into Cadence? I love that. That's perfect. But now we need to go Anon asks. His voice shaky. Chrysalis turns to Anonymous with a predatory glint, eyes glinting. Why, of course, my sweet, it would be my pleasure. Her form shimmers and shifts until an exact duplicate of Princess Cadence stands before him, fluttering long lashes. Is this more to your liking? She purrs in the Alicorn's musical voice. The real Cadence blanches, looking utterly aghast. See here, I will not stand for this mockery, she objects shrilly, stamping a hoof. But Chrysalis pays her no heed, circling Anonymous like a shark. Just imagine, you could have a princess as your very own plaything. Wouldn't that be nice? Changeling crooned, caressing his cheek with a fetlock. All you have to do is give in. Let me feed on your lust and longing. Together we can make all your darkest fantasies come true. Anonymous wavers, his resolve crumbling around under the onslaught of temptation. He reaches a shaking hand out towards the faux Cadence, only for the real princess's magic to yank him away at the last second. Enough! Cadence bellows, horn blazing. She positions himself protectively between Anonymous and Chrysalis. You've gone too far, Chrysalis. I won't let you corrupt an innocence on my watch. The Alicorn declares, this show is about finding true love, not indulging in base desires. Chrysalis hisses in fury, revealing her true form once more. You sanctimonious fool. You dare stand between me and my meal? Her own twisted horn glows venomous green. I'll destroy you! The two immortals face off, magic crackling between them as they prepare for the duel of the century. Meanwhile, Anonymous cowers behind the princess, his arousal warring with abject terror. Which ship will reign supreme? Anon X Cadence or Anon X Chrysalis? Find out on the next heart-stopping episode of Let's Get Married. Till then, this is your host, Cadence, reminding you friendship may be magic, but love conquers all. Good night, Equestria. The end. Never got her so mad she ended the show. Okay, I guess, should we do Double Decker this time? Pinky as contestant? That would be fun too. And someone was saying Double Decker earlier. I think maybe we do that first and see where it leads. Okay, let's just start off with the last, paragraph. My, what a catch! Cadence titters. Today another lucky mare will vie for this bachelor's heart. She produces a sealed envelope from under her desk with exaggerated effort. Ominous ambience plays while the princess struggles adorably to extract the contents. Oh, the anticipation. I can hardly stand it. The envelope proves too difficult for her hooves, so with a sparkle of her magic, she tears it into 1,000 pieces. And our contestant is... The studio lights shine down on Double Decker as she trots out nervously onto the stage, her heavy hoofsteps echoing. She freezes like a deer in headlights as she sees Anonymous standing there, looking just as uncomfortable as she feels. Her cheeks flush as Cadence introduces her. Hi everyone, I'm Double Decker and I work at Hayburger in Ponyville. She mumbles shyly into the microphone, her voice quavering. I've always admired Anonymous from afar. Comes in sometimes to grab lunch and I think he's really handsome for a human. Ah, that's adorable. She shuffles her hooves and glances over at Anonymous, fighting the urge to hide behind her orange bangs. I know I'm not the skinniest or prettiest mare around, and I spend most of my time flipping hayburgers, but she takes a deep breath. I think I have a lot of love to give. I would treat Anonymous right if he gave me a chance. She smiles sheepishly at him, her green eyes sparkling with hope. I may be a simple fast food worker, but I promise I would support you, Anonymous. I'd make you all the hayburgers and hay fries you could ever want. I think we could be really happy together. Wasn't this just the sweetest thing? Cadence coos, clasping her hooves together. A hard-working filly like yourself deserves a chance at love. Isn't that right, every pony? The cheers and applause track blares, a tad too loud and abruptly. The camera awkwardly pans between Double-Decker's hopeful smile and your flustered expression, Anonymous. Why don't you tell us what you think of this lovely mare who's poured her heart out to you? Cadence prompts with a strained grin, her eye twitching almost imperceptibly. The spotlight shines harshly on your face as the mic is shoved in front of you. Tick-tock, Anonymous. The audience is waiting with bated breath. Cadence sings songs, her eyes glinting with something unreadable. Will you give the sweet filly a chance or break her fragile heart on live TV? Choose wisely now, she chuckles, the sound echoing hollowly. In the dead silence of the studio, the thundering of your own pulse fills your ears. All eyes bored to you expectantly. Cadence Double-Decker, the audience that may or may not exist. There's no escape from this twisted stage. The only way out is through. What will you do, Anonymous? Will you play your part in Cadence's game or defy the script she's written? The choice is yours, for now. I mean, I'm willing to hear her out, Anon replies, scratching the back of his head awkwardly. Marvelous, Cadence exclaims, clapping her hooves together. I knew you had it in you, Anonymous. Smile stretches a bit too wide, like a mask threatening to slip. Looks like our little Double-Decker is going to get her chance after all. The sound of applause rises to a deafening crescendo before cutting off abruptly. Cadence turns to face the camera head-on, her eyes glinting with manufactured cheer. Well, my little ponies, that's all the time we have for today. Good night. Well, okay, it's over again. Yeah, I thought there was like a Q&A and stuff, but Claude seems very eager to just rush through these. Oh, Anonymous, you sweet naive thing, don't you know? Cadence trills with a giggle that's just a bit too shrill. When let's get married, we do things a bit differently. She claps her hooves and the studio plunges into darkness. Spotlights swirl chaotically before converging on the center stage, illuminating a raised platform you're pretty sure wasn't there before. Atop it sits an enormous, garishly decorated wheel divided into brightly colored segments. Behold, the Wheel of Destiny, Cadence announces with a dramatic flourish. Will decide your fate with Double-Decker. Where will it be the romantic beach getaway, the cholesterol measurements, or perhaps... She pauses for effect. The shotgun wedding. The audience gasps. Double-Decker looks like she might faint. He begins to sweat profusely. Cadence's horn glows with blinding light as she magically sets the wheel spinning at a dizzying speed. Tiny carnival music blares from unseen speakers. The entire studio chants, "Spin, spin, spin!" To assure you'll be sick, the wheel grinds to a halt. Cadence peers at the result and her face splits into a terrifying grin. Looks like you two will be taking a trip to the Tunnel of Love. Confetti rains from the ceiling as a giant neon heart lights up. Double-Decker squeals with light. Rigged by the showrunners, just like your lives. Cadence adds under her breath with a manic giggle, then turns to the camera, all smiles. We'll be right back after these messages, folks. Will sparks fly between our awkward lovebirds? Stay tuned to find out. She waves cheerfully until the applause sign flickers off. Ms. Dunn's early Earth Pony stagehand emerge to drag you, kicking and screaming towards a tacky pink swan boat. Your muffled cries are drowned out by a commercial jingle. Camera cuts back to Cadence, beaming proudly into the camera. Welcome back, every pony. Wasn't that just the most magical experience? She clasped her hooves together in delight. Looks like our lovely couple has safely returned from their enchanting journey through the Tunnel of Love. Oh, so we just went through it, I guess. Camera pans to reveal you and Double-Decker sitting awkwardly side by side in the tacky swan boat, now inexplicably planted in the middle of the stage. Both drenched and appear shell-shocked. Double-Decker's mane is tangled with bits of debris. Your left eye twitches sporadically. Seems like quite the adventure was had. Cadence feels trotting over. Wondered regales with tales of the budding romance that was surely blossomed during your intimate ride. She thrusts the microphone at Double-Decker expectantly. Well, Double-Decker stammers, glancing at you nervously. It was certainly something. She forces a smile. The animatronic Cupid shooting arrows were a nice touch, until their aim went a bit off. She rubs welts on her red flank and winces. How delightful. Cadence claps her hooves, ignoring the implication of bodily harm. What about you, Anonymous? Surely you felt the spark of love ignite in your heart for this sweet, devoted mare. She levitates the microphone in front of your face, her eyes gleaming with barely contained mania. The studio falls dead silent. Somewhere, a pony coughs awkwardly. Being a little less polite, Anon turns his head outside the boat, coughing up a couple candy hearts. I like that idea. Oh dear, it seems our brave hero had a bit too much excitement on the ride. Cadence exclaims with exaggerated concern as he spit out the last few candy hearts. The audience titters nervously. Cadence's horse glows as she levitates a lacy pink handkerchief and daintily dabs at your mouth. There, let's get you cleaned up. Can't have you looking less than perfect for your new mare friend, now can we? Double-Decker shifts uncomfortably in her seat, causing the boat to rock precariously. Princess Cadence, I'm not sure. Nonsense! You two are simply made for each other. Cadence cuts her off with a laugh that's just a bit too loud. I predict wedding bells in your future. Doesn't that sound wonderful, Anonymous? He claps her hose, and the stage is suddenly bathed in soft pink light. Rose petals drift down from the rafters as a syrupy sweet melody swells. In fact, Cadence grins maniacally as a giant red button rises from a trap on the stage. Why wait? You should get married right now! The audience gasps as Double-Decker looks torn between elation and terror. You feel her stomach drop as Cadence's magic forces your hand towards the button marked marry her. The large daring human, take the plunge into wedded bliss with the mirror of his dreams. Tune in after the break to find out. Cadence cackles as your finger makes contact and the screen abruptly cuts to static. Wait, this is all going way too fast. We've hardly even talked. I'm not gonna... Seeing the predicament, Double-Decker quickly shifts her weight backwards, toppling the boat off its precarious stand, yanking Anon away from Cadence's grip as it clatters to the stage floor. Anon scrambles to his feet, pulling Double-Decker up as quick as he can, or bolting for the exit. Cut! Where are they going? Cadence cries out in dismay as you and Double-Decker make a break for it, galloping towards the exit. Security, stop them! But it's too late. The heavy studio doors slam shut behind your retreating form, leaving a stunned silence in your wake. Cadence stares slack-jawed for a moment before composing herself with a strained grin. Well, it seems our lovebirds got a bit overwhelmed by their passion. Let out a tinny laugh. Perfectly understandable, of course. The magic of love can be quite intense. Galacorn clears her throat, shuffling her nose with a hoof. Not to worry though, folks. I'm sure they just need a moment to, collect themselves before returning to declare their undying devotion. He glances off stage, motioning frantically to some pony in the wings. Muffled arguing can be heard before a lagered stagehand trots out and whispers something in Cadence's ear. Her eye twitches. Appears we are experiencing some technical difficulties at the moment, Cadence says through gritted teeth. So unfortunately, we will have to cut today's episode a bit short. Canned applause plays as she turns to the camera with a dazzling but vaguely menacing smile. Don't you fret, my darling viewers. Love always finds a way, and those two can't hide from their destiny forever. Tune in next time to see the thrilling continuation of Anonymous and Double-Decker's romance. She blows a kiss to the camera. Until then, this is Cadence signing off. The broadcast abruptly cuts to static, transitioning to an Acme Laxatives ad. Cadence's sickly sweet smile lingers for an unsettling second before the screen goes black. That was close. Double-Decker pants as she gallops away from the studio, the sound of security ponies yelling fading behind them. Can't believe we just did that, right out on a princess's show. She glanced over at Anonymous trotting beside her, still in shock at the whirlwind of craziness she had just escaped. He had grabbed her hoof and yelled, "Cheese it," yanking her along with him to make her their daring exit. It was the most exhilarating thing she'd ever experienced. Her boring life of flipping hayburgers seemed like a distant memory now. As they fled through the winding streets of Canterlot, she couldn't help but let out a giddy laugh, her heart still racing. That was amazing, Anonymous. Never done anything so bold in my life. You really saved our flanks back there. She slowed to a canter, catching her breath as she smiled shyly up at the tall human. I know this wasn't exactly how I imagined us getting to know each other, but I have to say, there's no pony I'd rather have gone on a crazy adventure with. Her cheeks flushed as she scuffed her hoof on the cobblestones. I meant what I said back there, about wanting to make you happy. I really do like you, Anonymous. She bit her lip, and if you wanted to maybe grab a hayburger together sometime for real, I'd really like that. Oh boy, we get in the Double-Decker. Oh no. Time loop spider monsters, every pony freezing except me and Cadence. I kind of like it if it's more tame. That sounds a little too eldritch horror for me. Hot dog those buns. This character a fan-made character? I think so. She's a burger flipper. I'm not sure how she's different from the actual canon character, Eric Bun, but whatever. Alright, should we try one with Pinky just to see? Pink Menace, where are you? And our contestant is Pinkie Pie. The Alicorn Princess exclaims in delight as the energetic pink pony bounces out from behind the curtain in a shower of confetti. Hiya, Princess! Hi, Anonymous! Pinky chirps, waving a hoof exuberantly at the bewildered human. She pronks in place, fluffy tail swishing. Ooh, a special sun pony for Nani? How exciting! I just know we'll be the bestest best friends! Pinky bounds right up to Anonymous, her big blue eyes level with his belt buckle. He cranes his neck to peer up at his stunned face with a megawatt grin. Don't you worry, I've got all sorts of super duper fun activities planned for our date. We'll bake cupcakes and cookies, have a big party with all my friends. Prank ponies and ooh, have you ever been parasailing? I bet you'll just love it. She reaches out to boop Anonymous on the nose with a hoof. Boop! She beat Anonymous to his own trick. Anon can't help but giggle at the pink pony's antics, giving her a smile. Oh, looks like some pony is smitten. Cadence giggles mirthfully as she watches the adorable exchange between Pinky and Anonymous. Pink party pony's infectious enthusiasm seems to have melted the human's initial bewilderment. Well, Pinky, you certainly know how to win a stallion's heart, and it seems our bachelor approves. The princess smiles knowingly at the odd couple. I think this is the beginning of a beautiful friendship, or perhaps something more. She wiggles her eyebrows suggestively. Turning to face the camera, Cadence announces with a radiant grin. And there you have it, folks. True love works in mysterious ways. Who would have guessed a pony and a human could ever find such a magical connection? Just goes to show you should never judge a book by its cover, or in this case, a pony by her fluffy pink coat. Tune in next... Okay, it's over. Tune in next time to see if sparks fly on Pinky and Anonymous's unconventional date. Will opposites attract, or will the culture clash prove too much to overcome? Find out on the next episode of Let's Get Married. The camera pans out as Cadence magically levitates Anonymous and Pinky into shimmering heart-shaped aura, unlikely lovebirds laughing together as confetti rains down on the set and the audience applauds wildly. Fade to black. Yeah, it seems kind of strange that it just ends it instantly. The next episode is called Let's Get Kinky. I'm gonna regenerate a couple times and see if it will move on to the next section. No, it seems really eager to just end it. That's funny. Your Highness, we've talked about this. You can't pair up contestants with random mares from Ponyville. It's not fair to any pony involved. Grey Earth Pony Mare pushes up her glasses with a sigh. Also, I'm pretty sure forcing a human to go on a date with Pinkie Pie counts as a war crime in some dimensions. Cadence just laughs, her eyes glinting with mischief. No, Vicky Quills, you worry too much. Let's laugh without a little chaos and romance. Boops her stage and on the nose playfully. I have a good feeling about those two. Follow Nalicorn's intuition. Princess grins and trots off stage, humming the show's theme under her breath. I don't get paid enough for this. Oh fuck, I forgot to fix my... That's why. I totally forgot. I had the pre-fill set specifically for ending things. That's why I kept wrapping it up in one message. Yep, it was trying to epilogue every time. That's why. Whoops. Okay, well now that's fixed. And it won't be doing that as much anymore. Our contestant is Pinkie Pie, Cadence exclaims with hooves raised in triumph. Come on out, you lucky mare. Suddenly, a pink blur zooms onto the stage in a flurry of confetti and streamers. The party pony prances up to Anonymous, her mane bouncing with each step. She rears up on her hind legs, placing her forehooves on the human's shoulders to look him in the eye. Hi, Anani. I'm Pinkie Pie, and I'm here to make you my very special sun pony, she announces with a giggle before dropping back down to all fours. We're gonna have so much fun together. I'll bake you cupcakes and sing you songs and throw you parties every day. Oh, jeez. Pinkie zips around him in a pink tornado, poking and prodding the bewildered human. Ooh, only 2 legs. Like a naughty mule. She snores before hopping back over to Cadence. He's perfect. When's the wedding? Pinkie asks, vibrating with excitement. Cadence chuckles at Pinkie's antics before turning to address the party pony directly. Now, Pinkie dear, we can't just drop straight to the wedding. The alicorn winks at the camera conspiratorially. Personally, to win his heart and hoof in marriage. The princess gestures a hoof towards Anonymous. Our eligible bachelor has traveled from a strange, far-off land seeking love. Surely a fun-loving, energetic mare like yourself is up to the challenge. Pinkie salutes with a hoof, her face scrunching in determination. Absolutely, your highness. No pony knows how to make a pony smile like Pinkie, she prances in place, barely containing her excitement. Cadence nods, pleased. Excellent. Now the princess is cut off by Pinkie Pie suddenly appearing uncomfortably close to Anonymous's face, her big blue eyes shimmering. What you think, Nani? He asks hopefully, batting her eyelashes. Am I the mare of your dreams or what? Cadence, it's been a week, too many speed dating episodes, oh no. Cadence chuckles knowingly and shakes her head. Oh, Anonymous, always such a kidder. There's no need to rush, we have all the time in the world. The alicorn turns to Pinkie Pie with an encouraging smile. Now, Pinkie dear, why don't you tell us a bit about yourself and what makes you the perfect match for our strapping human bachelor? Pinkie bounces in place, her tail twitching excitedly. I just know we'll be the bestest best friends and more. I'll make every day a party and fill it with laughter. Just like my special sun pony deserves. She leans in close to Anonymous again, booping his nose with a hoof. Plus, I've always wanted to try baking a cake with those weird bendy hooves of his. We'll be the most fun couple ever. Pinkie grins hugely. What do you say, Nani, my honey bun? Want to give this pink pony a chance? Perfectly pristine pink pony party hole. Cadence smiles warmly, gesturing a hoof towards Pinkie Pie. Isn't she just a delight, folks? A pony of many talents. The alicorn turns to face Anonymous directly, her gaze intense. I must say, Anonymous, you're quite fortunate to have such a dedicated admirer. She chuckles, the sound not quite reaching her eyes. But of course, the real question, are you worthy of her affections? Cadence arches a brow. We shall have to put you to the test and see if you can rise to the occasion. The princess claps her robes together. I think it's time for a little. She pauses for dramatic effect. Audience participation. Oohs and ahs from the unseen crowd. Cadence grins, her horn beginning to glow. We're going to play a little game and see just how well our contestants know each other. Or should I say, how well they will know each other. Her eyes gleam mischievously as magic sparkles fill the air. Let the games begin. The princess's horn shimmers. Extended episode because ratings are higher than Street Hugger. The princess's horn shimmers with magical energy as a large heart-shaped roulette wheel descends from the ceiling. How is it heart-shaped and a wheel? Each section is labeled with a different challenge. Bake-off, charades, karaoke. Round and round she goes. Where she stops, nobody knows. Cadence sings. With a flash, the wheel starts spinning rapidly, a blur of pink and red. Pinkie Pie bounces in anticipation. Eee, this is so exciting! Spin, spin, spin! The wheel begins to slow, the clicking of the pointer echoing through the studio. Gradually it comes to a stop, the arrow pointing directly at... Oh, truth or dare! How delightfully scandalous! Cadence claps her hoods together with glee. Party Bunny gasps dramatically before grinning wide. Ooh, I love this game! Me first! Me first! She waves a hoof in the air. The Alicorn chuckles, turning to Anonymous with a wink. Well then, Anonymous, truth or dare? Cadence grins, her eyes twinkling with mischief. Dare it is then, how brave! She taps a hoof to her chin, pretending to ponder. Now let's see, what would be a suitable challenge for our strapping human contestant? The Alicorn's gaze drifts over to Pinkie Pie, who's practically vibrating with excitement. Cadence's smile widens. I dare you to bake a cake with Pinkie. Oohs emanate from the unseen audience. Pinkie squeals with delight, pronking in place. What is pronking? Yippee! We're gonna make the most super-duper delicious cake ever! With a wink to Anonymous, Cadence's horn glows. The set shimmers and transforms into a colorful kitchen, complete with ovens, mixing bowls, and a pantry overflowing with ingredients. The pink pony zips over to an aunt, already balancing a chef's hat on her head. Come on, Nani, let's get our bake on! She wheels her eyebrows playfully. Ah, this is just wholesome so far. Pinkie has the wholesome episode. I thought we were removing the filter. Oh yeah. I could redo it and see. Do we want to see what happens without the filter? Let's see if it changes anything. A dare it is! Cadence exclaims with a glint in her eye. She taps a hoof to her chin, pondering for a moment. Anonymous, I dare you too. She pauses for dramatic effect. Give Pinkie a big smooch right on the lips. Yep, there it is. The audience erupts into hoots and hollers, stomping their hooves in approval. Pinkie's eyes widen, her grin stretching from ear to ear. She bounces on her hooves, barely able to contain her excitement. Pucker up, Nani! Pinkie giggles, puckering her own lips comically and leaning in close, batting her eyelashes. The camera zooms in on Anonymous's face, capturing his reaction in high definition. Cadence leans forward in her chair, watching the scene unfold with rapt attention. Well, we're waiting. The Alicorn sings songs. An anticipation track plays as she arches a brow expectantly at the human. You wouldn't want to ruin the fun by not playing along now, would you? Remember, it's all in good fun. Lights seem to dim slightly, casting ominous shadows across Cadence's face as her smile widens just a bit too much to be natural. The anticipation track distorts into something more sinister. She chuckles, the sound echoing hollowly into the suddenly claustrophobic studio. It's just a little kiss. Go on, Anonymous. We're all friends here after all. As Anonymous's lips pucker for the kiss, Pinkie suddenly ducks out of the way at the last second with a giggle, sending the human tumbling forward off balance. Whoopsie-dupsie! Too slow, you silly Billy! She takes out her tongue playfully. The audience roars with laughter as Anonymous struggles to regain his footing, his face flushed with embarrassment. Cadence chuckles behind a raised hoof, her eyes dancing with mirth. Oh my, what a twist! It seems like your Pinkie is quite the trickster! The Alicorn comments, winking at the camera. But never fear, Anonymous, the game is not over yet. You'll have plenty more chances to woo your mare. Ooh, my turn. Give me a truth, princess. Cadence grins, leaning forward conspiratorially. All right then, Pinkie Pie, tell us. She pauses for effect as the anticipation track plays. What do you find most attractive about Anonymous? Pink Party Pony taps a hoof to her chin, pondering deeply. Well, he's got those neat grabby things on his front hooves. She mimics human hands opening and closing. Oh, and that soft, smooth coat, not a hair in sight. How delightfully strange. Pinkie zips over to Anonymous, running a hoof along his arm with a giggle. You know what I like best of all? She looks up at him from beneath her lashes. That big, squishy, rubbery thing in the middle of his face. Pinkie boops Anonymous on the nose with a snort of laughter. We got bamboozled. Cadence chuckles heartily, stamping a hoof in applause. What keen observations, Pinkie. I'm sure our bachelor appreciates your unique perspective. Turns to Anonymous with a grin that's just a bit too wide. Isn't that right, dear? The human swallows nervously, nodding as the audience laughs. Princess' smile never wavers, gaze piercing. Wonderful. Let's see what other exciting challenges await our lucky contestants, shall we? Heart-shaped wheel begins to spin once more as Cadence's magic engulfs it, the faint scent of cotton candy wafting through the air. Round and round it goes, the flickering stage casting light eerie shadows across the Alicorn's face. The implication hangs heavy that the games have only just begun, and Anonymous has little choice but to play along. The wheel of challenges gradually slow, each click of the pointer echoing ominously through the studio. With bated breath, the crowd leads forward, eager to see what scandalous task will befall the lucky contestants next. Cadence's smile widens with each rotation, her eyes glinting with barely contained glee. What delightful twist of fate awaits. She sings songs, her melodic voice dripping with false sweetness. Finally, the wheel shudders to a halt, the arrow pointing directly at 7 minutes in heaven. Oh no. My, it seems the fates have quite a sense of humor. I don't know what I expected when I turn off the filter. Of course it's going to go in this direction. With a flash of magic, a small cramped closet materializes on stage, its door invitingly ajar. Pinky bounces excitedly, her fluffy tail twitching. Oh, how cozy. It'll be like a mini party just for two. A kinky party for two? Pinky giggles, already bouncing towards the closet. Cadence turns to Anonymous, her grin stretching unnaturally wide. Well, it appears you two will be getting intimately acquainted, she chuckles darkly, her voice distorting slightly. Sure you won't disappoint our dear Pinky, now will you, Anonymous? Oh, jeez. Alicorn glows, engulfing Anonymous in the shivering aura. Slowly and inexorably, he feels himself being dragged towards the waiting closet, his hands scrabbling uselessly against the door. Pinky pops her head out, grinning maniacally. Come on, Slowpoke, 7 minutes will be over before you know it. Her blue eyes glint with an unhinged light as she reaches out to yank Anonymous inside. The door slams shut with a resounding boom, plunging the pair into darkness. Last thing the human sees is Cadence's face, her smile far too wide and eyes far too bright before the lock clicks with the sound of finality. I cannot talk right now. Remember, Anonymous? The Alicorn's voice seems to come from everywhere and nowhere at once, saccharine sweet with undercurrents of malice. In Equestria, love always finds a way. The laughter rises to a crescendo, distorting and warping until it resembles the braying of 1,000 tortured souls. In the cramped blackness of the closet, Pinky's giggles ring out, high and manic. Oh, the fun we're going to have. She's going to murder us. Yeah, definitely. Pinky giggles maniacally, the sound filling the cramped darkness. Ooh, a game! What a super duper idea! She exclaims, clapping her hooves together excitedly. But I've got an even better one. Suddenly, her hooves are all over you, roaming and grasping with surprising strength as she pulls you close. Let's play Pinky Says. I'll be the boss and you have to do whatever I say. She sings songs into your ear, her hot breath tickling your skin. Pinky Says, put your grabby hooves in my flanks. No lower. Oh no. Well, I think I should probably turn the filter back on, because YouTube will murder me if I go further in this direction. Pinky's trying to dom us. Yeah, a little bit. Dodges the kiss and wants to get freaky immediately after. She's shy in public. Clearly. Audience roars with laughter as muffled thumps and squeals emanate from the closet. Oh my, things are getting quite animated in there. Turns to the camera with a salacious wink, but don't worry, my little ponies. We'll keep things family-friendly. For now. Suddenly a resounding crash echoes from the closet, followed by a yelp of pain. Uh-oh, is everything alright in there? Presses near to the wood, eyes glinting with mischiefs. Oopsie, clumsy me. Lonnie's just a little tied up at the moment. His voice rings out. The Alicorn chuckles darkly. Well, as long as you're both having fun. She glances at the clock, her smile widening. Tick-tock, only a few minutes left. Pinky giggles mischievously, rearranging her position in a rustle. Oh, Nani, you silly ghost. There's no need for locks of games. We got everything we need right here. She squirms atop you, her soft fur tickling your skin as fluffy hooves roam curiously. Wow, your coat feels so different, all smooth and bare, not a single hair. Pinky gasps in sudden revelation, pooping her nose with a hoof. I bet you'd look amazing in a big poofy wig. We could have a dress-up party and they'll make you so pretty. She leans in close, hot breath ghosting your ear as she whispers conspiratorially. After all, everybody knows mares can't resist a stallion in a frilly dress. Okay. Pinky makes a playful growling noise, nipping your earlobe. Yeah, she should just roar a little bit. Cloud is punishing us with cross-dressing for shutting him down. The struggle intensified from within the closet, followed by a loud and the pain yelps. Candace's grin widens as she turns back to the audience. Well, folks, it sounds like things are getting awfully frisky in there. She winks salaciously, but never fear. Nobody knows more about spreading love than yours truly. The Alicorn trots over to the closet door, rapping it sharply with a hoof. Yoo-hoo! Only 1 minute left, you two. Make it count. Muffled squeals and giggles are her only response. Cadence chuckles darkly before facing the camera once more. Oh, wait, let's take a moment to appreciate the magic of romance, shall we? Snappy music begins to play as a montage of happy pony couples flash across the screen. Cadence sighs dreamily, fluttering her lashes. Ah, love, is there anything more beautiful? Her smile sharpens. Or more inescapable? Alright, should we say Anon kicks down the door and tumbles out, panting and covered in pink fur? With a mighty kick against the door, the lock of the door flies off like a projectile, smashing into a studio light as the small closet flies open. Anon tumbles out onto the floor, his clothes covered in strands of pink fur as he gasps for air. Cadence stares at Anonymous in shock for a moment before bursting into manic giggles. My, some party's eager. She trots over to help Anonymous to his feet, her magic sparkling with malicious glee. The game's not over until I say it is, sweetheart. Delacorn turns to Pinky with a conspiratorial whisper. Do be dear and fetch the special cupcakes from backstage. I think our human guest needs a little something to settle his nerves. Pinky gasps in delight, saluting with a hook before zooming off. Okie dokie, Loki. One batch of Pinky's patented party pastries coming right up. Oh no. If these cupcakes have rainbow frosting, it's over. Yep, same here, Caliban. Topped with rainbow sprinkles. Nope, it's over. Nope, I have an idea. One batch of super special cupcakes fresh from the oven, Pinky announced in the sing-song voice. Pinky prances over to Anon, shoving a garishly pink cupcake topped with rainbow sprinkles under his nose. Open wide, Nani. Auntie Pinky made these just for you. Nope. Anon screams, quickly toppling the precariously balanced tray of cakes, sending them to the floor. See this fanfic. You're not turning me into cupcakes. Anon calls over his shoulder, spelling as he breaks for the exits. Anon, did these cupcakes smell like chloroform? Is she trying to roofie us? She may be trying to roofie us. No! Anon screams, quickly toppling the precariously balanced tray of cupcakes, sending them to the floor. I've read this fanfic. You're not turning me into cupcakes. Anon calls over his shoulder as he breaks for the exit. Not so fast. His sparkle of teal magic yanks Anonymous off his hooves and slams the studio door shut with a resounding bang. Delacorn's horn glows menacingly as she advances, Pinky bouncing gleefully alongside. Such poor sportsmanship, Cadence chides, wagging a hoof. Leaving before the grand finale? I simply won't allow it. Glittering chains of love magic snake out to bind the human, pulling taut. There, now we're chained up. Pinky gasps in mock scandal. Ooh, some pony's being a party pooper. Feelings in close, unnaturally wide. Don't you know it's rude to refuse a mare's special treats? With surprising strength, Pinky pins Anonymous down, grinning madly. Open up, silly, just one little bite. Pushes a crumbling cupcake against his lips insistently. Cadence looms above them, her smile sharp and ice cold. Yes, open wide, after all. Her voice distorts. In Equestria, friendship is mandatory. Crazy Cadence and Cupcake's big key. We are bucked. The Alicorn's horn flashes and the studio doors and windows slam shut with an ominous boom, effectively sealing off all potential exits. Cadence wags chidingly at Anonymous, leaving so seemingly terribly rude. Why, you haven't even tasted Pinky's delectable confections yet. Party Pony giggles maniacally as she forces the human to the floor, straddling his chest with surprising strength. Open wide, Nani. Just one teeny tiny nibble and all your troubles will melt away. Pinky coots, smushing the colorful cupcake against Anonymous's tightly sealed lips. Even want to disappoint your future loving wife. I don't fucking know. Anon eats the cupcake. I'm expecting awakening in a dungeon or something. See. Just wait until it kicks in. We're gonna have the bestest time. Just as he leans in, his body rejects the cupcake and he vomits all over Pinky. Sure, let's see what the AI does with that. Why not? Holy shit, is that horse talking? Cadence recoils in shock and disgust as Anonymous head chucks all over a stunned Pinkie Pie, frosting and sprinkles mixing with the foul-smelling bomb and matting her coat. The audience gasps in horror. Oh my stars, somebody get a mop and some industrial strength shampoo. Pinky sits frozen, her mane drooping under the weight of the revolting sludge. Lone sprinkle slides down her muscle. I don't understand, she mumbles, eyes welling with tears. Nobody's ever said no to my cupcakes before. Cadence glares daggers at Anonymous as she consoles the distraught party pony. Well, it seems some pony doesn't know how to appreciate a mare's affections or baked goods. The Alicorn's pleasant facade cracks as her magic flares. Cut to commercial. We'll be right back after our guest learns some manners. Well, yeah, I think I'm happy with that. I do kind of like having the cards that are more like quicker one-shot sort of things, where it's not necessarily a full story beginning to end. Like Cadence's talk show, I think was pretty fun, especially when you get it to place where you can just run through it a few different times. Even though it was a mistake at first, I do think it was kind of neat to run through it with multiple different characters in rapid succession. For now, I think I'm going to call it good and bid you all farewell. Thanks for joining, everyone.